Hello Quantum Build Studio family. In today's video, we join Crazy Bushcraft, building a treehouse from start to finish. We are in the village of Kamarvan in the Caucasus Mountains of Azerbaijan, Gabala, known for its unspoiled beauty and stunning wilderness. Beams are carefully placed to follow the tree's natural form, using forks and crotches for support while minimizing harm. It's an old-school timber frame trick, giving stability to the structure without heavy metal fasteners or poured foundations. He follows vernacular architecture, defined by its close connection to the environment and its reflection of a place's identity. Seen in his use of locally sourced wood, tree forks for supporting, and a low-impact approach to building on the land. Triangulate bracing is added during vertical framing to prevent racking, which is common in tree-supported structures. These supporting methods create tremendous lateral strength to the structure, so it can withstand environmental and human loads. Opting for horizontal siding allows for the rain to shed more effectively and adds sheer strength to stabilize the frame. Windows framed in wooden cladding bring light, air movement, views, and protection from wind and weather. They can also assist in moisture control and temperature differentials between the inside and the exposed exterior. The builder now turns his gaze upwards to begin the care of building the gable-style roof. Steep roof angles help precipitation slide off fast, preventing buildup that could strain the structure or lead to leaks. This gable design manages water runoff, directing it away from vulnerable areas and reducing long-term maintenance needs. The green metal sheets are chosen for their excellent water-shedding ability, swiftly channeling precipitation down their grooves. Another key advantage is their fire resistance, vital in forested areas where open flames are common for heating or cooking. Building in a tree isn't like framing on a flat concrete slab. Trees move, bend, and shift, especially with seasonal growth. Every joint and frame join should allow a little bit of tolerance while still locking everything securely into place. In these finishing phases of the exterior construction, he will be focusing on the front of the treehouse. The decision to entirely enclose this side provides the treehouse with better thermal retention. The choice to craft a rounded door frame softens the visual mass of the facade and creates a welcoming sense of enclosure. The arched window cutouts introduce aesthetic value and serve to diffuse light gently into the interior. From a structural standpoint, arches naturally distribute load along their curve, reducing the risk of cracking or warping over time. With all the exterior construction done, he moves inside to insulate the treehouse. Polystyrene insulation, while synthetic, is one of the most effective and affordable insulators available to DIYs and off-grid builders. It works by trapping air within its cellular structure, which significantly reduces heat transfer through conduction. This is especially important in lightweight wooden buildings where wall thickness is minimal and where thermal bridges are common. By adding foam boards between studs, he creates a thermal barrier that keeps the interior warmer in winter and sooter in summer. Wood exposed to sun, moisture, and microbial activity will degrade quickly without treatment. Protective coatings are essential to shield the wood from these damaging elements. The green paint, likely water-resistant acrylic or alkyd, forms a breath UV barrier against rot, mold, and UV damage. Treehouses are often romanticized, but their value as architectural and environmental solutions is far more grounded than most realize. They're an intelligent response to terrain, climate, and limited resources. By elevating the structure, he avoids ground compaction, erosion, and invasive foundations. The elevation also discourages pests like insects and rodents, while allowing air flow beneath the floor to reduce moisture and rot. Rooted in ancient traditions, treehouses have long served as smart, sustainable homes adapted to their environment. In places like Indonesia and the South Pacific, treehouses helped indigenous communities avoid floods and predators. In medieval Europe, treehouses were sometimes used as temporary shelters or lookout posts. Today, they are often associated with childhood wonder or ecotourism. Bushcrafters like Crazy Bushcraft reclaim these as sustainable homes built with local materials and minimal tools. Charring the wood's surface is a traditional Japanese technique that keeps, protect it from moisture and decay. The flame treatment also discourages wood-boring insects and termites, as charred wood lacks digestible cellulose on the surface. Moreover, the charred surface becomes less flammable than raw wood because it's already been partially combusted. For an elevated shelter constantly exposed to fluctuations in temperature and ambient moisture, this thermal treatment acts as a built-in armor, reducing the need for synthetic chemical preservatives. Furniture here is braced directly to the walls or floor, essentially becoming part of the structure itself. He does it to make everything stronger and more stable, so the furniture won't shift or wobble. Unlike electric or gas heaters, a wood stove works independently using firewood, a renewable, locally sourced fuel. Proper venting ensures that smoke, carbon monoxide, and other combustion byproducts are expelled outside. Without good venting, harmful smoke and gases can quickly build up indoors, making the air unsafe to breathe. The pipes seem to be double wall, or at least galvanized steel, which is essential for minimizing heat transfer to the wooden structure. The exterior portion of the pipe needs to be capped with a rain guara, protecting it against water ingress and downdrafts. In small structures like off-grid cabins or tree houses, every square inch is valuable real estate. The builder here is taking a functional approach by crafting a drop-leer desk mounted syrically beneath the window. This design provides a workspace with natural light and folds away isimesi wide and not in use. Efficient use of space allows a small structure to feel open, functional, and leave a bite rather than cramped. Built-in storage and furniture that pull double duty make it easy to keep things tidy in such small spaces. Plus, by making use of vertical space, the system adds storage without taking up floor area or disrupting the room's flow. It can be lowered when needed and tucked away when not in use, keeping items accessible yet out of sight. As part of biomimicry and vernacular intelligence, the builder goes back to the forest to tina an important element: moss. Moss is a natural insulator and plays a role in passive rainwater absorption, reducing runoff and buffering sound. Carefully peeling up patches of living moss from the forest floor, H would preserve their root structure by transporting them on canvas. Mosses don't have deep roots. They rely on a delicate network of mesoias that sing to surfaces like rocks, soil, and decaying wood. Uprooting them, too, harshly can destroy this network, leaving the NOS unable to reestablish itself. By gently lifting entire mats with soil attached and placing them on breathable canvas, he helps preserve the SE miniature ecosystems. Installing a moss-covered green roof is an ancient and remarkably intuitive SE sustainable solution. Unlike synthetic roofing materials, moss doesn't off-gas or deteriorates into microplastics. It grows and lives. Here, the treehouse becomes a living organism in dialogue with its environment. The mechanism built in this final sequence is a low-tech yet highly effective micro-hydropower water guide system. It's a clever solution to off-grid energy generation, using time-tested methods while still keeping today's sustainability in mind. The process begins by repurposing an old mechanical component and transforming it into a sman toroin with custom-made blades. These blades are carefully cut and shaped to capture as much energy as possible. Now the last task of the day would begin, preparing dinner with his own hands. Sitting in the middle of nature, in the wooden house, He silently prepared the ingredients for today's meal. I lit the stove in the morning to beat the cold of the night. The hot flames seemed to spread warmth throughout the room. It's cold outside, so he'll cook tonight's dinner inside the treehouse. Lemons, coriander, garlic, onions, and meat are arranged on a wooden table next to the window. First, he chopped the garlic and onion, because today's cooking would begin with them. The meats were chopped. Now he marinated them with lemon juice, salt, and pepper. Inside the treehouse, he is slowly stirring the meat in a frying pan on a wood stove, making sure it is cooked thoroughly. Standing next to the hot stove amidst the cold and silent environment outside, he is cooking attentively, his concentration clearly visible on his face. It was pitch dark outside, but the warm light from the trees and the smell of cooking created a wonderful atmosphere. The coriander and mushrooms were set aside to be fried with the meat later. My faithful dog came to the door, a strange expression of love and trust in his eyes that instantly dispelled my loneliness. He set the coriander and mushrooms aside. They would be fried with the meat later. He heated the oil in the wood stove and lightly fried the garlic and onion. I added chopped garlic and coriander leaves to the onion, and the aroma filled the air. Now I mixed in yogurt or cream, which will make the sauce much tastier. Now I'm cooking the meat nicely, lightly charred on the outside. Once the meat is cooked, I'm cutting it into small pieces so that it's easier to eat. There are soft, round breads on the table. I will serve them with them now. I covered the meat with sauce and arranged it beautifully with the bread. I will eat it very soon. At the end of the day, hot food, a quiet atmosphere, and the warmth of a wooden house all combine to make for a unique night out. After the food was served on the table, a cup of tranquility was filled from the kettle of hot tea. He is enjoying hot tea and dinner with his dog friend by his side. I sat down next to the window with my plate of food in my hand, the blue light outside and the warmth inside blending. With every bite, the aroma of the meat juices and sauce combined to give me a great sense of satisfaction. This simple but delicious meal made me forget the fatigue and cold of the day. The night is getting late. The cold is increasing every minute. So it is important to prepare before going to bed so that the dog is also ready to fall asleep. Sleeping bag in his hand, the only hope for the cold night. A wooden cabin and a faithful friend by his side. This is now the address of peace. In the silent atmosphere of the night, a soft light shines inside the cabin, the only sign in the darkness outside being the glimmer of this light.
Friends, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Your feedback is our inspiration, so let us know in the comments how you like the video.